So let me introduce you the organizer of this event, MosiGen.io, the driving force behind hashtag CBCPH 2024. Since its inception in 2017, MosiGen.io has been passionately working to ignite minds and drive success. They offer an array of comprehensive programs covering everything from blockchain and cryptocurrency to Web3, as well as finance, business, and entrepreneurship. But MosiGen.io is more than just a knowledge provider. They are a growth catalyst dedicated to helping you enhance your brand, expand your business, and increase your audience. MosiGen.io stands for Igniting Minds to Limitless Possibilities. Join them in turning potential into remarkable progress. Discover the transformative journey at www.mosigen.com. Welcome to the Crypto Vision Conference 2024 here in the Philippines, a pivotal event where we decrypt the crypto market outlook for 2024. This conference is a melting pot of knowledge, offering a deep dive into the evolving world of cryptocurrency. Today, we stand at a crucial point as the crypto landscape undergoes rapid transformation. This event is your portal to understanding and leveraging the potential of the crypto market for the year 2024. We gathered a lineup of expert speakers and industry leaders to shed light on the latest trends, challenges, and opportunities in cryptocurrency. Expect insightful sessions that will demystify the complexities of the crypto market, giving you a competitive edge in understanding the trends that will shape the future of digital economy. Plus, don't miss the chance to network with a diverse group of professionals, from founders and CEOs to blockchain experts and crypto enthusiasts. So why join us? It's more than just a conference. It's a chance to be at the forefront of the crypto revolution. To learn, connect, and pave your path in the blockchain and cryptocurrency world. Let's navigate the future of crypto together. So let me thank you, our partners for this event. Official event partners, Luis Buenaventura, Gilbert Lazaro, aka Tito Vlogs, Myrtle Anne Ramos, James Genove. Media partners, Crypto News Say, ICO Holder, 9Cat Digital, Coin Edition, Cryptopolitan, Concave, You Today, Bitcoin Insider, Crypto News, Say PR Wire, Brave News Coin, Blackopedia, Crypto Runner, Bitcoin Garden, The Crypto Miss, Coin Kabar, Brands Review Magazine, Going Bold, Bitcoin World, DevTech Times, Voice of Crypto, WeDo, Cryptoken, Ikoda, Kwento Ko, Konotag, of Chain Social, Olkov's Bot, Casino Blockchain, Ganda Negosyo. For our community partners, Filipino Web3 Community Builders, Crypto Bills, JFinex PUP, The Roundtable, The Cryptology Academy, Cryptocurrency Club PH, Isaw Shop, and also our influencers partners, Gillian Villanueva, Mark Abanyo, Francel Garcia, Michael James Hermano, Aldrin Rabino, Julian Barcega, and Angelo Banyaga. So for our welcome remark, let me introduce to you the co-founder of MosiGen.io, Fermin Barrenechea III. Fermin Barrenechea III is a seasoned management executive in finance with over 18 years of experience, working in international institutions throughout Asia in a broad range of functions such as credit analysis, corporate finance, investment, banking, corporate planning, and investors relations, to name a few. Fermin also worked in the international trade, inspection, logistics industry for 13 years. But for the last 5 years, he has focused on being an investor, advocate, and educator in the field of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. His advocacy is to help educate people to have a basic and deeper understanding of how blockchain and cryptocurrency could potentially change people's lives. He is the co-founder of MosiGen Training Academy, Inc., with the brand new MosiGen.iu, a learning and education platform teaching and educating people on how they can participate and profit from the growing blockchain and cryptocurrency market, as well as a growth strategic partner empowering business, startups, and entrepreneurs to effortlessly transform their target market into a thriving community of loyal paying customers. So let's give a round of applause to Fermin Barrenechea III.
First and foremost, good evening to everyone, and thank you for taking time from your busy schedules to be with us tonight. I know some of you went through traffic, so we certainly appreciate that. I'll just give you a brief backgrounder of MosiGen before we get on to the main event. So what does MosiGen mean? Why MosiGen? MosiGen is Japanese for limitless, and we believe basically that's what we all are. We are all limitless once we set our minds to it. MosiGen started back in 2017. It's a growth marketing company which helps companies build up their brands and expand their customer base through the sector of learning and education. That's why to those of you who would be familiar with MosiGen before, we were organizing sessions on learning how to trade. But we would do it in collaboration with companies like Binance, PDAX, Paxful. So our advocacy has always been to help grow the community through learning and education. So that's the passion, that's the advocacy, and now we're back to having physical events. Alam niyo naman, during the pandemic, walang physical events, di ba? So we're back to having physical events, and this time we're going to focus more on the collaboration and community building aspect, because at the end of the day, how can we get towards greater adoption? It's only once people are more aware about what the space has to offer and what the possibilities are. So again, I'd like to thank all of you, welcome all of you, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
So for our panel discussion, our topic for tonight is Crypto Market Outlook for 2024. So let me introduce to you our moderator for tonight's event. James Genove, the brains behind the Blockchain Navigator's Handbook, Finding Your Path to Earning from Decentralized Digital Assets. This book isn't just a guide, it's a roadmap to understanding the blockchain universe, crafted by an expert in the ICT telecom sector. James brings his intensive knowledge and hands-on experience, making the complex blockchain world accessible to all. Whether you're a beginner, interested in digital currencies, or a tech enthusiast eager for in-depth knowledge, this handbook caters to your needs. James aims to educate and empower readers to become active participants in the digital asset domain. So let me call on Sir James to stand. Okay.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone. Allow me to greet you all. I can see familiar faces here. Magandang araw sa inyo. James, shout out to our community, the Resistance Trader, and most people here Parang kasama ko lang kayo kagabi. So, if you are besides a foreigner, by the way, disclaimer, very quick disclaimer lang, no? If you are right besides a foreigner right now, listening to our event, kindly, if we are talking in Filipino, well, don't worry, we're not saying any bad words to our foreign guests, but if they need to understand what we are talking about here, please try to translate to your generous enough to translate to your yes. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Donna Ganda. Ayan.
So you can take a seat. Okay, let me call on the panelist number 1, Luis Buenaventura, head of Crypto Gcash. Luis is a Filipino crypto author, artist, and entrepreneur. He was formerly the Philippine country manager of Field Guild Games, a Web3 startup, and a co-founder at BloomX, a licensed cryptocurrency exchange. He's one of the world's first NFT artists, Curo Cards 2017, and is the first Filipino NFT artist to have work sold at Christie's and Sotheby's. In September 2021, he founded the Crypto Pop Art Guild, a non-profit generating sustainable income for underprivileged Filipino artists. He has authored 2 books on cryptocurrencies, The Little Bitcoin Book 2019 and Reinventing Remittances with Bitcoin 2017, and has presented on these topics at the UN, the OECD, and numerous international conferences since 2015. He published a weekly newsletter on cryptocurrencies, economics, and the culture of Web3 at cryptotoday.live. And now, for the next chapter in his crypto journey, he has assumed his new role as head of crypto for Gcash. So, let's give him a warm applause to Luis Buenaventura.
Once he gets on stage, please, everyone, let's follow him on Facebook. I'm trying to right now, actually, and I couldn't figure it out.
Okay, thank you. So let me call on the panelist number 2, Gilbert Lazaro, aka Tito G, crypto trading advocate, a former risk management banker with 15 years of trading experience from the stocks and cryptocurrency market, a forever student of the market who keeps on exploring new ideas and innovating trading tools and techniques. He was awarded the Best Training Advisor in the Philippines by Traders Fairs and Award. He is passionate in anything and everything about stocks and crypto, and he aims to bridge crypto to Filipinos all over the globe through this YouTube channel, TitoBlogs.crypto. So let me call on again Sir Gilbert Lazaro. Let's give him a warm applause.
Yun! Palakpakan! Yan. Kunyari, bull market na. Excited na kayo? Yan. Uy, sabi ni Luis, follow nyo daw ako. Hindi niya makita. Puro post yung nakikita. Mamaya. Exciting to. Stand by. And dun sa mga foreigner natin na guest, Luis will take care of you.
Google Translate also works.
Okay, thank you, sir. For the panelist number 3, let me just mention Ms. Myrtle Anne Ramos, founder and CEO at Black Tides. Call of CoinMarketCap, official Binance Live and Feed creator, Forbes Business Council official member, Cointelegraph Innovative Circle official member. Myrtle Anne Ramos has helped hundreds of companies to benefit and transform their businesses, to disrupt, adjust, or scale by utilizing the latest technological tools and products, or helping to build from scratch. Filipino serial entrepreneur and an angel investor, she is the founder and CEO of the multi-awarded world-class company Black Tides. She is also the former co-founder of Placewar, which raised over $5.4 million in total for seed, private and sales with over 12 years of experience in technology, advisory, branding, marketing, public relations, business development, and growth in blockchain, Web3, cryptocurrency, and metaverse in 2016. Myrtle Anne Ramos is the founder of the award-winning blockchain, crypto, DeFi, NFT, IoT, AI, and metaverse PR firm Black Tides. Marketing, growth, hacking, sales, social media management, giving opportunities to people, media distribution, services, investor relations, and public relations. Official member of Forbes Business Council, official influencer of CoinMarketCap, a scholar graduate of Draper University for blockchain and entrepreneurship powered by Tesos. She is currently an advisor for many blockchain and tech companies. Conducted over 60-plus major successful fintech and blockchain summits in Asia. Myrtle helped more than 500-plus blockchain projects for PR, marketing, social media management, and investor relation, and raised more than $50 million, both local and international, since 2016. Black Tides and its partners are a golden bridge towards expanding the project globally in no time with our strategic partnership between Asia Token Fund and Black PR Asia. Myrtle Anne Ramos heavily connected with all blockchains and mainstream media and is partnered with top-notch blockchain, tech, fintech, and crypto events and companies globally. So, Ms. Myrtle will just join you later, so you can start now the panel discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Donna. Palakpakan naman natin si Donna. Yan!
Yun!
Masyadong formal. A while ago, so for the benefit of our foreign guests again, I'll try to crack a joke in English. That's actually most unlikely cracking a joke when you're telling the people you're cracking a joke. But a while ago earlier, you know what, guys? When I saw this podium and I was holding this book, I thought I was going to preach. And we were going to the church. But no, we're not going to the church. We have a panel discussion here that seat belongs to Myrtle. So si Myrtle ang uupo doon later. So we'll be waiting for her. She's just on her way. Nata-traffic lang. But again, allow me to introduce myself. My name is James Genove, aka the Resistance Trader. Ayan. And shout out to our community as well. And for now, I would like to, before we get started, since I was joking around about the podium a while ago, actually, hindi ako sanay. I'll speak this in Filipino. Hindi ako sanay kasi in the blockchain, crypto, medyo hindi masyadong formal eh. Di ba? Tapos meron akong podium dito. Di ba? Parang naninibago ako. So to loosen up a bit, can I ask our audience to participate in this next activity before we get started? Okay lang ba? So I would like to ask everyone to raise their right hand. And then tap that person beside you and tell that person, I'm happy you're here. Yan, I'm happy you're here. Raise your left hand. Raise your left hand and tell that person to your left, I hope that you have a fruitful weekend. Yan. Thank you very much for your participation. Maraming salamat. And then we have, of course, again, before we get started, again, let me introduce our panelists for tonight who will be discussing with me. Of course, kung sino yung nauna from my left, the first one on my left, Tito Vlogs. Yan, Gilbert Lazaro. Palakpakan naman dyan. Ayan. And our friend, our favorite na host, favorite na bisita ng maraming community. Of course, kilala niyo na siya. Hindi ko na ipapakilala yung mga niya, yung mga accomplishments niya. Of course, right now, he's the head of cryptocurrency for Gcash, Mr. Luis Buenaventura. Ayan. So we would like to make this discussion as light as possible so that our audience, pati yung mga, even the newbies would try to digest. I'm not promising that we will lalabas kayo dito or you will come out here full of knowledge, but definitely you will not leave here empty. Okay ba yun? Is that okay or is that okay? Ayan. Thank you very much for your participation. Now, before we get started, siguro it's just right for me to know something more about our audience. We want this discussion to be as interactive as possible. Okay lang ba yun? Now, I'll ask this question. It's very simple. Walang math. Meron pala kasi magbibilang kayo. Pero I just wanted to know, who among you here have heard or know something, even a little, about cryptocurrency and blockchain for less than a year? Please raise your hand. Less than a year. Oh, thank you for... Hindi ako naniniwala kay Fermin. You're not less than a year. Thank you very much. Ayan, patandaan to. Who among you here knows cryptocurrency, hindi rin kasali si Luis Buenaventura dito, for 10 years? 10 years. Sino nakarinig na 10? May isa tayo. May ano rito, may alamat. Yeah, we have two. We have two. Who among you here knows cryptocurrency and blockchain for around 5 years? 5 years. Okay, medyo madami-dami. Ano kaya yung median year? Kasi yung iba di pa nagtataas eh. How about 3 years? 3 years. Axie days, 3 years. Oh, okay. Based from our mga partners, based from the raising of hands, our participants range from 3 to 5 years in the space. We have some new, we have some very old. Meron tayong alamat, may mga legend tayo. But yeah, so the reason why we're asking is for us, of course, to leverage the discussion. So let's get started. Okay lang ba mga sir? Our panel discussion will be very open. We just have questions, but if you would like to ask some questions after the discussion, we will be opening our mics. And of course, for those who will be asking questions, we're not promising you heaven and earth, but definitely you have a chance to take home something. Okay ba yun? Is that good or is that good? It's good. All right, let's get started. Recently, we've heard this first topic is very, very hot off the grill because we've heard about what happened not just in the Philippines but in the world. Recently, we've heard in the US that the ETFs, ETFs, the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, di ba, are being regulated. Masyadong man yan. Very, very popular topic. And yes, the United States just came out of their regulation about ETFs and so on and so forth. Now, for our panelists, I would like to hear your insights about spot ETF. Is it good, bad, or anything in between on about the ETFs? Siguro, whoever wanted to start can get started. Ayan.
Sige, mauna na ako. Pag ito sumagot, tapos na. So, yung mga... Pwede nyo paki-on yung Google Translate, no? Those, may nakita tayo mga Koreans. Well, yung question niya about the spot Bitcoin ETF, it's really bound to happen. So the question is it good or bad? Now, for me, anything that's happening in crypto, since it's pretty new, I'm taking it lahat siya maganda. Okay? Even yung mga hindi masyado magaganda nangyari, it's part of the development nung space na to. Kasi wala namang nahinog na isang technology, investment, or any endeavor na walang pain point. Diba? So, talagang dadaanan yan, good or bad. Ngayon, itong spot Bitcoin ETF is an avenue para dun sa mga meron pang duda about Bitcoin. Alright? Bitcoin na lang pag-usapan muna natin kasi Bitcoin lang naman yung may spot ETF Diba? So, yung mga mas conservative na investors in the US or especially in the US kasi nasa US yung spot Bitcoin ETF. Ito yung avenue nila para mag-onboard, right? So, both retailers and big funds, small family offices, institutions, no? Ito yung pwede nilang maging avenue. You have to understand that these institutions meron silang mga fina-follow na certain guidelines na hindi sila basta-basta pwedeng mag-invest o maglagay ng pera sa isang entity na hindi naman regulated, wala namang defined rules, no? So hindi sila makakapaglagay ng trillions, billions and trillions of dollars basta-basta. And with the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF, ito na yung magiging basket nila, no? Ito na yung vehicle nila para makapaglagay. So, ano yung possible na maging effect nito? In the long run, of course, if you compare it sa gold, no? Everybody's comparing Bitcoin as a digital gold, eh. So, when the spot Bitcoin, when gold ETF was approved, I think it was 2002, 2003, dahan-dahan umakyat yung price ng gold. Again, dahan-dahan. That's coming from, if I'm not mistaken, $200, $300, and now it's $2,000. No? So, kasi nag-flow yung capital papunta dun sa gold. Right? So, in the long run, it's good for Bitcoin, good for early adopters, especially Luis, marami na ito na bodega eh. Okay? Siya yung mga nakaka-10 years na, di ba? Na naintindihan yung technology, yung mga nag-bet early on. So, syempre, sila yung mga may mga bugs. No? So, it's good. Ngayon, yung mga kaka-onboard lang, labing tatanong, late na ba tayo? Nandiyan na yung BlackRock, nandiyan na yung, di ba? Nandito na yung mga institutions. Late na ba tayo? So, babalikan natin ulit ano nangyari dun sa gold nung nagkaroon ng spot Bitcoin ETF. Diba? So, that's from $300 to $2,000. So, it's something na very exciting, okay, for those people na nakakaalam nung space. But scary kung hindi mo naiintindihan. Alright? Kasi, you know, when this institution play, they want to get your Bitcoin eh. Di ba? Imagine there's only 21 million Bitcoins na pwedeng hawakan. Hindi lahat ng tao makakahawak ng isang Bitcoin. Di ba? So,
Maliban kay Luis, no? Yeah, may isang Bitcoin.
huwag natin tanongin yung wallet address. Baka pakita yung QR. So, imagine niyo yun, no, na kung hindi mo naiintindihan, they will shake you out. They will kick you in the space and get your Bitcoin. So, yung mga gatherings like this, no, and yung mga, and even yung mga iba pa mga organizations na tumutulong to develop the space, to educate, especially us, retailers, especially mga Filipinos, no. Sa totoo lang, napag-iwanan tayo ng ibang mga wealth vehicles, eh, no. Stocks, bonds, etc., no, real estate. Napag-iwanan tayo ng ibang bansa. This is our chance na kahit pa paano makasabay, makaangkas, makasabit. No? So, yung iba, swerte, nauna. Yung iba, ngayon palang sasakay dahil naniwala na sila dahil nandiyan na yung spot Bitcoin ETF. But I think, overall, it's bullish and it's good for the sa long term ng space.
Okay. Thank you very much kay
Luis,
Tito Vlogs.
pakitranslate na lang. Ha?
Yeah. By the way, before Luis will give his answer, just a brief backgrounder especially for our attendees na baka hindi pa kilala si Tito Vlogs. Tito Vlogs is a pro trader, and he works on traditional financial. Kaya the way he speaks, it has authority, di ba? He has experience both in the crypto and traditional finance. Ayan. So yun, thank you very much, Tito Vlogs. And yeah, go ahead kay Sir.
Okay. Sige, so let me give some more details. I really like Gilbert's explanation. It was a very, very good overview of why ETFs are important. So I'll put some more details in there because I think it's also important to know actually what's happening. There are lots of little details in this ETF story kasi that's very important. No? So I'll start with this. No? We have been trying to get a Bitcoin spot ETF into the stock exchanges in the States for 10 years now. 2013 nag-umpisa itong first application. It was actually the Winklevoss twins who first applied. And they were rejected many, many times over the last 10 years. And it was only last year when the really big names like BlackRock and Fidelity, they started putting in their applications. But what were they actually applying for? So they were basically saying na we are going to create a stock that you can trade in the New York Stock Exchange, or any US stock exchange. And then yung underlying asset of that stock is Bitcoin, right? So it's basically 1:1. And this is a weird analogy for me to make, pero para siyang gumawa ng stablecoin for Bitcoin. Kasi basically, every stock has some kind of Bitcoin equivalent. Therefore, pag bumili ka ng stock na yon, para kang bumili ng Bitcoin, pag nagbenta ka ng stock na yon, kailangan nilang i-liquidate yung Bitcoin na katumbas nun. Gets? Alright? So good? Okay. Now, here's what became very, very interesting. I guess it was January 11 or 12. Kailan ba siya na-approve? Just a few weeks ago.
11, bro.
Yeah.
That was my birthday, kaya kabisado ko.
Happy birthday, Bitcoin. Happy birthday, James. Okay, so what was weird about what happened that day? The SEC, so sila yung nag-approve nito, no? They approved all 11 applications. And that was very, very surprising. So I was like, okay, wait, what does this mean? So now there's 11 people all selling the same Bitcoin, supposedly, as a stock in the stock exchange. They're all competing. Now, I thought that was weird, and then I looked at the gold ETFs. Sila din marami din, actually. It turns out, no, there's at least several dozen gold ETFs. They all represent the same thing, pero all of them slightly different yung mga offer. So, kunwari, si BlackRock, meron siyang 0.2% na fee. I think one of the more expensive ones is 0.9%. So, there's very small competitive differences. However, there's one very, very large difference, and it is called the grayscale ETF. Ngayon, okay, so here, let's go back in time again, no? So, back in 2013, they already had this idea that we need to get a stock that represents Bitcoin because that is the only way that traditional traders will be able to buy Bitcoin because they don't want to open an account in Binance or Coinbase or any of these things. They want to be able to trade in NASDAQ or NYSE. That's where they're comfortable. So, since they didn't have ETFs back in 2013, what happened instead was a company called Grayscale was created, and it's a very simple concept. It's called a trust. So basically what it is was you would buy shares in the company. So para kang bumili ng konting ownership in the company, and lahat ng pumasok na pera from people who are buying shares, they would use it to buy Bitcoin. So the entire worth of the Grayscale Trust was basically Bitcoin. Okay? So it's not that different, right, from what I just described with the ETFs. However, there is one very large difference. It's called the trust because you kind of have to trust them that they are actually using all of the money that they received to buy Bitcoin. Because if they don't, then there's a discrepancy. Now, ngayon, si Grayscale was the only choice for a lot of mainstream investors back in the day. And over time, they got bigger and bigger and bigger. At their peak, they had 617,000 Bitcoins. Does anyone know off the top of their head how many Bitcoins there currently are circulating right now? It's about 18 million. Right? So yung 617,000 na yun is actually a very large proportion, right? So that's about as centralized as you can possibly get. So hawak-hawak nila yun. However, yung stock nila hindi nire-reflect yung price ng Bitcoin. There was some discrepancy. And one of the reasons for that is kasi meron silang mga kapatid, they had sister companies that were involved in the 3AC collapse of 2022. No? So this is the collapse that eventually ended up with FTX collapsing and all of that stuff. So there were some problems with the Grayscale Trust. It was no longer trustworthy. So what happened? Okay, now all of the ETFs get approved. Grayscale converts its trust into shares in ETFs. All of the shareholders of Grayscale now become ETF traders. So what are you going to do if you're the person who was holding Grayscale before? Syempre, what you want to do is liquidate. You want to sell, right? Because you want to get rid of this thing that you no longer trust. Because if I want to get back into Bitcoin, I'll just buy one of the other ETFs. I'll just buy BlackRock, I'll buy Fidelity. But in order to do that, I have to sell my Grayscale first because I don't want to hold it anymore. So what happened over the last couple of weeks? This answers the question of why the price went down, no? After the approval. It's because Grayscale was out there selling. Like all of the Grayscale investors were selling their Bitcoin. So far, I think the number is about 60 or 70,000 Bitcoin. In other words, mga 10% of the Grayscale position has been sold into the market. So even if malakas bumili sila BlackRock, sila Fidelity, I think between the two of them have about $3-4 billion worth of Bitcoin so far. Hindi nila mahabol yung selling. So the sell pressure was too high. Now, are we going to see Grayscale continue to sell into the market? That's very hard to answer, no? Because it seems like a lot of people are saying that Grayscale's sell pressure has lessened na over the last 24 hours specifically. But God, who knows, right? I mean, it's possible that it just starts again on Monday. Yeah, it's the week, exactly. Actually, this is super important. I know that was a joke, but this is super important about modern crypto trading. Weekend volume disappears. And that's because institutional volume is so large compared to retail. So you have these volatility spikes during the weekend, and sometimes it's unexplained. It's because the institutional traders are on break, right? So either there's not enough liquidity, or there's not enough buy or sell, or whatever, right? There's a market imbalance, but it's because the institutional volume has gone on vacation for 2 days. Now, anyway, okay. So long term, the expectation is bababa ng bababa yung holdings ng Grayscale until it become quite small na lang. However, as we can see from both BlackRock and Fidelity, Invesco, and some of the other ones, their holdings are going up. Okay, so overall, correct, optimistic. But we don't know kasi how much longer. And as I just said, the Grayscale holdings is so large, right? They account for, at one point, I guess like 8% of all of the Bitcoin in the world was with them. So it's a very, very large chunk. So ngayon, that's the situation. Again, I totally agree. The ETF is a very positive sign. And if you remember, on the day that the Bitcoin ETF was formally approved, Ethereum price went up. Right? So why was that? Well, because now, ano yun eh? So it's, you know that saying na ano, diba? Buy the rumor, sell the news, right? Ito, buy the rumor, sell the news, buy the next rumor. Right? And the next rumor is the ETH ETF. Now, the first date, so I wish I'd looked at the calendar before I did this, but like, I believe the first date for ETH ETF approval is sometime in early March. So there's multiple dates this year, and those are the dates to watch. So kung ma-approve siya or ma-deny siya, we'll find out on those days. But in the meantime, the market is kind of sideways, diba? And the reason for that is because we don't know how much more Grayscale Bitcoin is going to get sold. And as far as I know, there's still about 500,000 Bitcoins, not $500,000, 500,000 Bitcoins sitting with them. So they're very, very large numbers. I think that's kind of it. So yes, that's it. And again, no, so again, very optimistic in the long term. In the short term, I think it's going to be kind of choppy.
All right, thank you very much, Sir Luis. No, I just have a follow-up question, maybe for any of you, with regards to the ETF. Wait, we will address the questions later. But the follow-up question, since I believe both of you are already seasoned in the industry of cryptocurrency and blockchain, philosophically speaking, we know for a fact that the Bitcoin as a technology, is addressing the problems of centralization. And now we're back to the centralized problem. From decentralized to a centralized problem, because centralized exchanges are coming back. What's your stand with this one? I mean, personal.
Short answer lang.
Yeah, sure.
So I am glad that there are 11 ETFs. Kasi at least you know that, okay, it's not going to centralize to just one of them. So granted, si BlackRock is probably going to be the largest of the two. So it's IBIT, which is BlackRock, and then FBTC, which is Fidelity. Yung dalawang stocks na yun, yung pinakamalaki right now. That being said, let's not forget that those stocks, it's not like the CEO of BlackRock owns that Bitcoin. That is the money of their investors, right? So it's not like parang there's only one person who's going to make these decisions. They are basically buying on behalf of their investors. So those are individuals behind that also. So yes, it is definitely centralizing, but heck, I mean, Grayscale was pretty centralized too. So honestly, like if we're just going to choose, I would rather that there's 11 places that 600,000 Bitcoin went to rather than one place. If I had a choice, no. But ganun lang talaga ang systems, I think. There are always going to be these very, very large, dominant shares, and then there are going to be lots of small fish. And that's kind of okay, I think. What I'm most excited by is the idea that we are becoming more and more a part of every aspect of modern trading. You can't get away from Bitcoin anymore. Because you don't have an excuse. I mean, it's on the stock exchange now. I mean, like, if you still don't want to have at least 1% of your portfolio in crypto, like, you're just being lazy now because it's already there. So I think that that's still a good step forward.
All right, thank you, Luis. So, Tito Vlogs.
Well, for me, what we are seeing right now is a transition. So, in every transition, nagsasabayan, centralized and decentralized. Right? Last cycle, everybody shouting about decentralized. Galit na galit doon sa centralized. Everybody parang gusto na nila kung mawala sa gobyerno, kung mawala sa lahat. Diba? Parang, can we really run ng yung economy ng ganito kasabog pa? Diba? At some point, magpaparallel. Diba? Yung centralized and decentralized, magsasabay, parehas meron. It will coexist. And then, after that, people will have a choice, as mentioned by Luis, diba? Mas marami na nagpa-participate ngayon eh. So after nung parallel na sabay sila, may options na ngayon, makikita natin, mamimili ngayon yung tao eh. Saan ba ako? Dito ba ako sa centralized? Dito ba ako sa decentralized? And then eventually, ito yung maganda eh, no? Ito yung the real freedom, diba? Na eventually, mamimili ka kung mas maraming magtumangkilik ng decentralized dahil maraming nakaalam, maraming nakabili ng Bitcoin, di ba? Maraming pumaldo sa crypto, di ba? So eventually, magsishift yan, magiging decentralized. But until that happens, parallel, okay? Mas lamang pa nga ngayon yung centralized. And it is what it is, di ba? Kailangan natin, ako as a trader, as a speculator, I just trade what is in front of me eh. Diba? Hindi ko naman pwedeng ipilit na, decentralized tayo. Hindi pa eh. Di ba sa ngayon? Yes, gusto natin na magkaroon ng decentralization. Diba? Pero darating tayo dyan. Darating tayo dyan.
Okay, thank you, Tito Vlogs. Now, before we open for this question, the floor for question from our audience, we'll have an open mic. I would just like to have some good news for you. Okay ba yun? Do you want to hear some good news? Yes. For those who will be asking questions to our panelists, we will be giving out a surprise gift to the may consensus mechanism dito mamaya. We'll have a consensus mechanism will be the 3 best questions. Kaya galingan ninyo. So you better give your best foot forward. I'll be asking the help from our events support staff to get the name siguro of those who can be asking question. Yeah. So without further ado, I'll be opening now for the question. I'll just let the gentleman in the suit there to be the first one to ask. Anyone? We have an extra mic to. All right, I can go to you. Wait, right here.
Thank you. My name's Dave. I'm from Hong Kong. I'm the managing director of Anti-Security Limited. I have a question for the Gilbert. As a former banker, how influential were the SEC Philippines in shaping the policies of the crypto here in Philippines? And the question why I ask the question is because we are going to meet with the SEC Philippines chairman next Monday morning regarding the acquisition of a security. Yes, we are expanding the business here in Philippines. We are going to acquire a license here. And last year in Hong Kong, there's a virtual asset trading platform. It's licensed effective last year in Hong Kong. Is there some similar policies here in Philippines? Yeah, thank you.
Natapat pa talaga sa akin.
Kaya mo yan, Tito. Tatranslate daw ni Luis.
Well, thank you very much for that wonderful question.
Yep,
and welcome to the Philippines.
Yeah, welcome.
Well, to answer your question, here in the Philippines, we have several entities who have, where BSP, our central bank, has issued a VASP or what they call the Virtual Asset Service Provider license. So there are also some exchanges here in the Philippines that operates the trading of cryptocurrency. And I guess with that, well, prior to, I think two bull runs ago, the Philippines is already open to licensing entities. All right, these 11, you have to remember, if I'm not mistaken, the oldest one was, they got their license sometime 2005, 2006. So that was almost 20 years ago. So judging with how the financial landscape in the Philippines and the regulators, we can see that they are open to this new technology, new financial technology. But it's just that some rules needs to be made and needs to be passed in the Philippines to entice and encourage more investors, people like you, to venture here in the Philippines. Yeah, that's it. Luis, you may want to add.
Thank you, Tito Vlogs, for that one.
I don't know kasi if this is going to be handled by one of James's questions later, but I'll just, kasi he was asking how influential the SEC is, no? And,
Go ahead.
The answer is very influential. They're trying to kick out Binance. So, yeah, I would argue they're very influential, no? They're trying to get Binance banned here. They're going to do that by blocking the website, blocking the app. They're going to do that for every unauthorized exchange, not just crypto, but including things like eToro, right? It is one of their mandates that if anything weird happens on an international exchange that is unlicensed here in the Philippines, they can't do anything about it, but they are supposed to be protecting the customers, right? So that's why instead of working with those international companies, they're just gonna like ban them. So I mean, I don't know if actually you were supposed to ask us later about this. This is actually fairly relevant news, no? Because if we trust what they say, we only have about 1 month left. Because by the end of February, supposedly Binance is gonna be blocked here. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sa GCash, Luis.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Lipat ka lang daw sa GCash.
No.
Love your own.
Siguro, the nicest way for me to answer that is if you considered it, I would be very happy.
Ayun. Sige, but before we proceed, by the way, reminder lang po, no, we will have next 2 questions na lang. But before we proceed, andito na si Myrtle, no? So we would like to welcome on stage our third panelist. Yan, of course. And kindly ask her to grace us with her presence. The flower among the thorns. Among the thorns, yan. Woman empowerment, yan, calling in the stage our, andyan na ba siya? Ayan na. So then we will proceed. By the way, you can keep your question. Don't worry for those who will not have a chance. I'll just have 2 questions to be entertained. I saw 2 hands a while ago. So first come, first serve. But if your questions will not be entertained, don't worry. After there will be another round for question and answer. So you can reserve your questions after the discussion. Okay. Andiyan na ba siya? Oh. Okay. Sige, while waiting for her to come on stage, maybe I'll entertain si ma'am for the second question.
Hi, good evening. Good evening to everyone. My question is like, I have several questions actually, but I'm gonna do it one lang. Sige, babe. All right. My first question is like, of course we know Satoshi Nakamoto invented Bitcoin. I would remember back in the 2013, Bitcoin was just like 300, and we have this ATM, no, with Miguel. I would remember that. And it's so cheap. How come it has gone this much, no? What's the implication of BlackRock buying everything? I mean, what's going to be the implication? Will it be much, much expensive now? Or, thank you.
Thank you. Before we let our panelists answer, siguro, let's welcome again on stage, Ms. Myrtle of Black Tides. Iyon. Ang pinakamagandang panelist natin tonight. Siyempre, nag-iisang babae yan, di ba? Unless you guys are trying to contest that. Alright. Welcome, Myrtle. Oh, guys, you can answer the question now. No, narinig nyo naman yung question, di ba? Yeah.
So, the question is, bakit tumataas yung price, no? Why it's so expensive? Because mas marami na nakakaalam.
We haven't known Satoshi yet.
Yeah, that is why. That is why it's becoming more expensive. Yung mystery. 'Di ba? Kasi, eto lang you know the problem with some of the projects na mayroong founders. Okay, nakita natin with other projects, I will not name, na hinahahabol kasi sila ng SEC, 'di ba? They can the SEC demanda nila, sige, they will sue it. So with Bitcoin, wala silang papadalan kung saan nila papadala, sino didemanda nila. They do not know Satoshi Nakamoto. So what I'm afraid is pag nakita natin si Satoshi Nakamoto, baka doon pa tayo mag-dump. No? So just to answer your question, bakit tumataas? Okay, even hindi natin alam kung sino yung may gawa, it's because mas marami na yung interested. And ngayong si BlackRock and all the institutions are here, diba? Mas madami pa yung nagkakaroon ng interest. It doesn't matter kung sino yung CEO, kung sino yung nagpapatakbo. Minsan, diba, with this decentralized thing, mas tinatangkilik pa ng tao. Kasi alam nila that the supply cannot be manipulated. They know, yung nakakaintindi, they know the halvening, they know kung paano pinrogram yung supply ng Bitcoin. And not like yung other financial instruments na you can just issue, we do a board resolution, we issue shares, di ba? So then all the shareholders will get diluted, no? So that's the main difference nung Bitcoin. It has a fixed supply, and yung pagdami ng supply niya is something that you can really predict. Kasi it's every block It's being rewarded at every block. Yeah.
One other thing you should remember also, you definitely do not want to find out who Satoshi Nakamoto is, because if we ever find out who he is, then there is 1 million Bitcoins that only he has the keys to that would be suddenly under threat. Because if anyone knew that this guy, someone here in this room, has the keys to 1 million Bitcoin, do you think that they're gonna let him out of this room alive? Of course not, right? So Satoshi has the first 1 million Bitcoins ever created, and the reason why we say that this person who claims he is Satoshi Nakamoto is not Satoshi Nakamoto is because he doesn't have those keys. So that was the proof that we were looking for from all of the people who have said, many people have claimed that they were Satoshi over the years, but none of them have been able to unlock those first 1 million Bitcoins. We definitely don't want to know who Satoshi is. It's better for us as a community that we never know who he is. Most people, some people actually think he's already dead. That's why he never came back for his money. Because, dude, if I had 1 million Bitcoin, and it's now $40,000 a piece, I think I'd probably want to spend that, no? Kahit 1 or 2, but none of it has moved in the last 12 years. So, it's a mystery that I hope always stays a mystery.
Thank you, Luis. So, yan. Miss Myrtle, do you want to share anything?
So yeah, thank you so much. Kasi bumibili ako ng cups outside. I'm into spirituality, guys.
Yeah.
So sabi ko, pwede ko bang suot yung cap ton? So all of the books. Mukha lang ako hindi nagbabasa ng book, by the way. But I do. So I believe everything is connected, and I'm so happy that I'm here. And puno. Manifesting. Right? So, thank you so much, especially to the Block Tides community and all of the supporters along here. Okay, guys. Thank you for supporting me for 5 years. So, what's the question again, Heno?
They were asking, despite the fact daw na that the creator of Bitcoin is a mystery, then why is it so pricey? Yung volatility, yung price, what's driving it? Something like that. Yeah.
So, I actually heard about 2 things in a technical sense, and then about the stuff that we don't need to know. Actually, what we don't know, people can't ruin. Right? Most of the companies, actually, we know the CEO of Binance, he stepped down. Right? Everything can be ruined once you actually know who that is. I believe in that mantra because, you know, even if you're sharing it to your friends, your what do you call this? Your dream is just actually impregnating a baby. Do you want to actually have a miscarriage? Right? So that's actually, I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. Even us, do we even know who God is? Right? So that's a big question before you leave here, by the way. And at the same time, the purpose of volatility, it happens not just in crypto, guys, even in the stock market. So follow this guy, by the way. We all started 2020 during pandemic doing like a hobby, like doing AMAs, and then it boomed. So he's now a famous creator. I'm manifesting that for you. So basically, just like block tides, that's the reason why I made block tides, guys. It's because of the volatility of any market. That's the reason behind the meaning of block tides. It's because of the waves, by the way. And you'll know, definitely. And I know that I'm being guided to provide education, provide the real truth. Because do you know the truth, guys? Because you're all watching media. Do you actually know the real truth behind everything? And that's the big question, right? So whenever you open a TikTok, you enter another world, another dimension. Do you actually know? Are you being manipulated? So that's a big question. So please be careful with what you consume. And I know, actually, I've been a founder when it comes to Place War. And at the same time, I've been manipulated as well with the big people that actually used my kindness. So I am the truth when it comes to the projects out there. I know that there's a lot of people who trusted me, but I voiced out of what really happened. There's an internal conflict that happened when it comes to the volatility of Place War. It's related to Bitcoin, right? So there are people who do bad things in the space, and at the same time, there are people who do good things. Empowering, creating, and everything is all about creation. That's my...
Thank you very much, Ms. Myrtle. No, that's one of the most insightful and deep answer to that question. I hope we were able to answer. By the way, a reminder, I'll be taking one last question. Don't worry for those who will not be entertained for the questions. We will have another round on the fifth topic that we'll have. So, but for the first round of question that we had for our panelists, I'll be taking the question from the gentleman behind on glasses with the coat. Ayan, si sir. Sir, ayan. He'll be the last question for this setup, and later we'll have another one. Sir.
Good evening, everyone. So, my question is actually because I don't know what's happening in the stock market, right? So, with the approval of Bitcoin ETF, how will it affect the Philippine stock exchange here in our country?
I'll just do it quick. So everything is connected when it comes to this, right? If you do study economics, it's all related to macro. It all related to inflation, guys. Please do study it because financial literacy is really lacking here in the Philippines. But we don't need to actually focus on what we lack, right? We need to focus on what we can do to fulfill that lack. So please study economics because it's all related, even cryptocurrency.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Myrtle. Sino ang next?
Okay, how does it affect Philippine stocks? Well, if you do read like a lot of the reportage about Philippine stock markets, it seems like the volume's not great, right? It's I like to make this really embarrassing comparison. Yung daily volume ng Philippine Stock Exchange is less than the daily trading volume of Shiba Inu. And Shiba Inu is not even it's just a meme coin.
Not a
right?
top coin, no?
So yeah, I wouldn't say that it's a top coin, right? So the entire country of the Philippines stock market trades less volume than Shiba Inu does. Okay. Do I think that the Bitcoin ETF will have any real effect here? Probably not, because honestly, there's not that much interest in Philippine stocks already, and I think that a lot of the yung parang this generation of traders, if they're not playing in crypto, they're probably playing in things like eToro, which is more international stocks, no? So
Forex.
they're playing with Google stocks and Tesla and Apple and stuff like that, no? So that's the stuff that they're probably trading. I'm sure that there's still lots of people who are very interested and committed to the Philippine stock market, but because there's not very many things that are super exciting about it, like we only very recently got the ability to short, diba? That was kind of, like late last year or something like that. There's not that much you can do kasi eh. So, ayun, again, not trying to downplay it, but I don't think it's gonna have a huge impact.
Okay.
Yes, to add lang to what Myrtle and Luis have said. So it's a function of, it's a macro, no? The function of the economy. So you have to understand na yung approval ng spot Bitcoin ETF, for me, it can siphon more liquidity out of the Philippine stock market, especially from the retailers. Diba? Kasi yung iba na nagdududa pa sa Bitcoin, and now they heard na, meron na pala spot Bitcoin ETF, G na tayo sa Bitcoin. Diba? Instead of putting their money in the Philippine stock market. That's one. Number two, big funds, small funds from different parts of the world, instead of probably putting it in the Philippine stock market, they would probably just buy the ETF. Right? Number three, okay, I'm a trader ng Philippine stock market since 2007. The difference between the PSE and Bitcoin is that if you want to make money in the PSE, it's composed of 30 companies. It's a basket of 30 companies. And you can't buy that 30 companies if you have 100,000, 200,000 pesos, lahat yung bibilin mo. And you don't know kung sino lilipad doon, diba? And then just pray kung lilipad. But the difference with Bitcoin is, you just buy Bitcoin. Diba? And just wait for it, diba? Kasi, like for example, ako, nung nasa Philippine stock market ako, even now, I'm still monitoring the Philippine stock market. Pag gumalaw yung Philippine stock market, gagalaw yung mid-caps and then small caps. Blue chips, mid-caps, small caps. But I have to know the direction of the Philippine stock market. With Bitcoin, if I want to ride yung mothership, no, I just buy Bitcoin. And hindi ko naiintindihan saan mapupunta yung Ethereum, saan mapupunta yung, di ba? Kasi binili ko na yung mothership. So, yun yung isa sa mga challenges, no, na especially meron na nga tayo nitong spot Bitcoin ETF, and I'll agree with Luis na itong generation ng mga investors and traders na to, mas aware na eh. Tapos yung internet, no, na pwede kang mag-trade, mag-invest outside the Philippines eh. No, na hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa US para mag-open ng account. Diba? So mas naging madali na. So I think yung effect nito sa Philippine stock market, mas magiging challenging ngayon, ano, sa times na to, yung Philippine stock market. But, yun. even the volume, even the volume, I have to agree with Luis. The Philippine stock market is trading at 4 billion a day, and I think Shiba Inu is little over 4, mga 5 billion a day. Just Shiba Inu.
Oh, the Lotto stock is doing well though. PLC ba yun? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the only one I can remember na mataas kasi recently.
Okay, so thank you very much to our panelists for answering that question. I hope we answered that question properly, no? Don't worry, we'll have another round of questions siguro on the 5th topic that we'll have. But before that, and before we proceed to our next topic, allow me to give you some good news. Sino gusto ng good news? Taas ng kamay. Ay, wala man gusto ng good news. We will have of course, the favorite ng mga nag-a-attend. Anong favorite ng nag-a-attend ng crypto events?
Raffle!
Raffle, di ba? Raffle daw, raffle. We will have a raffle first. So allow me to call on stage si Mr. Fermin Barrenechea to help us do the raffle. Sir Fermin, ayan. Dala na niya yung paparaffle. Ayan. Raffle muna tayo, raffle. Airdrop daw. Airdrop ang may airdrop ka ba dyan, sir? Ayan. Ayun. We have some items here from Xness and Bybit, of course, courtesy of our partner and our moderator, Tito Vlogs. Palakpakan naman natin si Tito Vlogs.
Yan.
So, please check on stage. Rather on the screen, rather pala. Tama, stage nga. Screen. Yung mga pangalan ng ating mga mananalo. Ayan. Wala pa? Wala pa? Okay. So, kakanta na muna ako habang hinihintay yung biro na. Kakanta na muna ako. Wait lang po. Ayan na. Okay na ba?
James, mga t-shirt yan, ha?
Yes,
so,
yes.
yung mga mananalo, kailangan isuot ka agad.
Yan. For the picture. Later. Ano?
Kailangan dito na. Susukat na kaagad.
Sukat daw agad. Okay na? O, yan na. Wala pa. So, siguro while we're waiting for the names, allow me to, to again thank our partners. Tsaka acknowledge na rin yung mga community na nandito. Mga kasama natin kagabi dun sa event, sa Malacanang. Well, may event kagabi sa Malacanang. Dito sila ngayon ulit. And of course, partner ng Musay Gen, one of the companies, si TRT. Ayan. Kaway-kaway, palakpakan natin yan. TRT. And of course, yung mga communities ng ating mga panelists. Ayan. Tito Vlogs, palakpakan natin. Ayan. Black Tides.
Shout out
Dyan, shout
Tito
out.
Natix.
Pag mayroon ako nakalimutang community, huwag kayong magtampo mamaya. Pag break, bulangan nyo lang ako, sasabihin ko community niyo, ha? Ayan, sabihin ko. Si Crypto Bilis nandito rin. Ayan, Crypto Bilis. Ayan, nandito yung kanilang post. Mamimigay yata sila ng something. Mamimigay ba sila? Hindi ko alam. Airdrop daw. Airdrop ang request ng mga natin. Break muna tayo, 3 minutes while waiting. Okay na ba? Ito na. Abangan natin. Dapat yung mga winner nandito, ha? For the raffle. Sige, going once. Ang lilit ng pangalan. Hindi ko kayang basahin. Kailangan ko ng tulong dyan. Naku po. Hindi ko nababasa. Baka kailangan ko ng rito. Ayun! Mark Denzel Delgado. Nandito ka ba? Mark Denzel Delgado, going once. Kung nandito ka, pagalawin mo daw yung baso. Tayo naman po. Mark Denzel Delgado. Nandito ba siya? Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. Wala na. Sarado na. Okay, next. Next name tayo, kuya. Yan, remove na. Yan. Pakisabi kay Sir Mark, pasensya na. Wala siya rito. The presence is required. Next name. Ito, Mr. John Rain Vergara. Going once. Parang wala lahat yung mga natatawag natin sa Kuya Lea. Going twice. Wala si John Rain. Wala mag-claim. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Wala na. Next ulit. Thank you. Naku, hanggang bukas yata tayo dito. Yung mga nag-register. Hindi, raffle Okay. Michelle Kilam. Nandito na ba yan? Miss Michelle Kilam, are you here? Ayun. Wala pa tayo dito.
Kailangan po
Congratulations.
Dalawang valid ID daw kailangan.
Valid ID raw po. Tsaka Bitcoin wallet address.
KYC.
Congratulations
Kailangan
po. Picture daw
KYC.
muna, picture. Ayan. Hingin natin yung award ni Mama. Binigay ko, ha. Evidence to. Thank you. Next name po. Next name tayo, kuya. Next. Last 3 names tayo, ha. Dito lang naman yung price ninyo. Ay, sino na yan? Kuya? Daniel Ismael. Ayun, nandito si Sir. Teka. Ito, Sir. Congratulations. Oh, picture kami. Dito tayo, Sir. Kasama yung panelist para...
Sukat na daw, sukat.
Kasama yung panelist para ano natin. Ayan, no? Para pogi-pogi sa... Profile pic. Congratulations, Sir. Okay, so itutuloy natin yung raffle mamaya. Okay lang ba, guys? Palakpakan naman natin yung mga nag-sponsor. Xness by Bit, care of Tito Vlogs. Follow nyo si Tito Vlogs, ha? Para, ano naman, courtesy doon sa pinamigay natin t-shirt. Thank you. Okay, maybe we'll start again this discussion. Let's keep the ball rolling. And we're off to the next topic, no? Siguro, this question is a bit personal to our, just to, beep to our panelists. Medyo personal question to. And this is not non-technical, non-fundamental, purely personal. But it has something to do with the previous question that we were discussing a while ago, brought to the table. It's about regulatory. Now, I would like to ask our panelists, if, for example, they are to be the ones who's going to be regulating the space, as regulators, how do you want the space be regulated? Each and every of you, no right and wrong answer. So, how do you want the space be regulated? And probably give us a brief background or why.
Sige, I'll go ahead na. Okay.
Sige.
Total, Tagalog yun. Alright, so kung ako yung magre-regulate ng space na to, I want a regulation na innovation-friendly. Na I don't want to stipend the innovation kasi I want the Philippines to be competitive not just in our neighboring countries like Hong Kong, no, like Singapore, no, but yung global, no, makita natin how the Middle East, Dubai and Abu Dhabi is very open, no. So, and since this is really a pretty new space, kailangan talaga ng regulation, pero it should be friendly to innovation. Okay. Number 2, ang next na after mong maglagay ng friendly na sa innovation, yung mga bad actors naman should be punished. Okay, so maging mahigpit naman para mabawasan yung mga bad actors. Kasi hindi mo naman yan talaga ma-eliminate 100%, di ba? But at the very least, kung merong kampangil, di ba? When you say that black is black, white is white, and then you implement it, di ba? And then you punish itong mga to, yung mga bad actors, matatakot di ba? Magiging safe yung space, at the very least, magiging safe yung space para dun sa mga totoong innovators. Okay? Number 3, education. No? So yung regulation na magpupush ng education para sa space na to, kasi there's a lot to be discovered. Siguro, baka 10% pa lang tayo dito sa space, no? So, napakarami pang pwedeng gawin. So, if we have a regulation na pinupush yung education para, probably, high school, pwede mo nang turuan Diba? And all the way to college. And then after that, pwedeng mas marami pang mga events like this, diba? Na to educate. So, makakatulong para maging competitive yung Philippines sa Web3, crypto, and blockchain space. At huwag niyo pong kakalimutan sa darating na...
Okay, thank you very much, Tito Vlogs. Tulakpakan natin si Tito Vlogs, si Miss Myrtle.
So again, may mga technical kasi siyang sinasabi. So, I'll just focus on basically having my own values and principle. Kasi this is what we need, guys, by the way. Knowing who you are, knowing who you want, and basically going back. Can you please repeat the last part of your question?
The last part is if you are to regulate.
Regulate.
Yeah.
So it's a big thing. Even in the Bible, Old Testament, there's law. Because without law, there will be chaos. And how can you actually be in that chaos? Do you actually need to be in the light or in the dark? Always actually choose, guys. So when it comes to this, when it comes to regulation, it needs to be fair. So I want it to be like everyone needs to have a say, like in a decentralized autonomous organization. So when it comes to that, kasi it cannot, kahit walang token eh. But when it comes to the system itself, we can do that. Even in our ID system, so we can also do that, right? So when it comes to approving law, when it comes to sa mga saligang batas or whatever, we can also implement that. Para sa fairness and equality. Again, fairness and equality, yan yung ni-remove sa ating lahat. Right? We don't need to tear each other down, guys. It's all about kindness, it's all about love, it's all about creation for me. And at the same time, let's all give back the freedom to people. Right? Kasi may mga free will yung tao. Right? And that free will, sometimes, ang daming tao, sabi kasi kahapon, I do have my own, yung parang board for me to be able to have a good day. Tell the truth. Yun yung nakalagay. So I will voice out the truth, guys. Wake up. Please don't give out your free will sa maraming mga tao. Kasi it's been a long generation that we've been captured by a lot of, I don't know what forces is that. Right? So at the same time, when it comes to regulation, it needs to be fair. Don't be controlled. It's all about freedom. So yung mga corporate entities, ako nga ayoko talaga ng SEC for block tides eh. It's just like the hierarchy of the old traditional world. I want to make it different when it comes to the structure of a company. Kasi sometimes when people have control of something, they will actually be led into two things. Will you share this, or will you be in greed? Right? Choose. Choose your poison, choose life. And at the same time, I will always choose life. Give life to other people, guys. Because sometimes, yung mga doubts and fears sa mga utak natin, it's not you. Control that mind. It's being manipulated. Don't be manipulated by dark forces or whatever forces you believe in. Always choose the light. Because I know I have a good purpose here. When it comes to regulation, we need to have a fair, balance, and of course, equal say when it comes to the Philippines and also to the whole world. Because this is all ours. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, she's all for decentralization, guys. That's what she's
But
talking to. Yeah.
there's an advantage of that in a technical sense. I know it's a kind of Miss Universe answer. Kasi nagte-technical na sila, so I want to give a different perspective. Sometimes that's my purpose sa ibang event eh. So ang purpose dito, guys, is just be fair, not just in regulations. Be fair to your, what do you call this? Be fair when it comes to how you deal with people as well. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Myrtle. Palakpakan natin si Ms. Myrtle. Yan, Luis Buenaventura.
I guess I'll answer this. I'll try to do another different perspective. I'll give you guys, I'll try to give you guys some inside baseball on how we in Gcash reacted to the announcement that Binance was going to be banned here in the Philippines. No? So when we heard about this on, I guess probably, was it Bitpinas that broke the news first?
Yes,
no? So
they were the first.
So we all kind of found out about it at the same time. No? So Commissioner Kelvin Lee of the SEC said that Binance was going to be blocked here, and it was going to be 90 days from that announcement. So end of February this year is when it will happen. So in the office, I can tell you that we were all very conflicted. No? So the emotions were kind of conflicted because, there are a lot of real crypto traders in Gcash. I'm one of them, of course. And guess what? I kind of use Binance a lot. I kind of use it the most, actually. So parang there's a part of me that's like, sobrang hassle yun. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna move my coins? I'm not gonna show you my holdings, but let's just say marami akong shitcoins.
Patingin.
And dude, nakakatamad i-move yun. Isa-isa mo siyang kailangan i-move. So other than the inconvenience, it's also, well, the reason why people are in Binance is because that has the best spreads, right? The user experience is very finely tuned. I mean, it's not perfect, but granted, it is kind of one of the best out there, right? And there's a reason why Binance has 50% market share across the entire world, not just here in the Philippines. So around the world, about 50% of the world's trading volume is on Binance. Okay, so yun. So that was half of the emotion na parang, damn, that sucks, right? The other half of the emotion was, holy shit, all of those traders are gonna end up with us, right? So it was very conflicting because we were thinking, well, okay, so on the one hand, it's not great for the Filipino crypto community as a whole that the number one market in the world is no longer going to be accessible to us. That's not wonderful. However, on the other side, it's like, well, as a business, I guess it's a big advantage to the local exchanges. So hindi lang naman kami yun. There's PDAX, there's CoinsPH, there's Maya, there's Moneybees, there's Bloom. So there's a few other exchanges locally. And they're all, to some degree, I can promise you that their reactions are kind of similar to ours, where, somewhat happy, but also somewhat sad. Okay, so I'm going to try to bring this back to your question. How would I approach regulation like this? The problem is kasi that, these regulators, their mandate is very clear. No? It has to be protecting the Filipino customer or consumer above all else. It doesn't matter if part of protecting them means inconveniencing them or making them have to spend more. That's kind of outside of the concerns of the SEC. Like if you end up spending 1% more because you now have to pay extra for those trades, at least they protected you, right? So, and I feel like that's not enough. I feel like I wish there was some better way to do that. Now, however, I don't really like to spend a lot of time on these parang like, what would I do if I was in the position of Kelvin Lee? I don't know what I would do because it's possible that there was so much pressure on him about all of these scams that are actually perpetrated using Binance also.
Excuse me, just to sorry to cut you off. Actually, I was invited to be a convener for the Scam Watch Philippines. So it's a big responsibility, and I hope that you can add something when it comes to law, and also you, and of course Fermin and Jonathan, because we need that. So everyone needs to have a collective effort. So I will actually suggest that. And also, of course, when it comes to the people, not just the key leaders, but from the community that can add something. So it's for the Scam Watch Philippines. It's not associated politically, by the way. I'm not into politics, and it tends to be that way. So we need to have a collective effort for that.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Myrtle, for that.
I'm sorry, because it's very important.
Yeah, no problem.
I guess so just to kind of wrap up what I was saying, I think that the biggest issue here kasi is that not everyone is motivated by the same thing. No? So the SEC is motivated by one thing. We as Gcash or Gcrypto, we're motivated by another thing. We need business also. And then you as the customers, you're motivated by I want to save as much as I can when I make these trades.
Profits.
And I want to use a good app, right? So okay, and all of those motivations are valid kasi in their own ways. So what's the move for us? Or not and I'm not speaking for everyone in the industry, but I can speak for Gcrypto certainly. The move for us is we have a very, very long road to try to get to the level of customer experience that people want and need. But at least we know where it is, no? At least we know that we need to get to this level. We need to figure out how to make the prices as low as we can so that it doesn't feel as bad. That, in order to, like, I don't have Binance anymore, I have to use Gcrypto, gosh, it's so much more expensive. I don't want that to be the experience. So it's gonna take a long time, but at the very least, kasi we know where the benchmark is. And that's all that we can really do, This is the purpose of a lot of regulation, to be honest, is to kind of give local companies somewhat of a boost because madali tayo matalo ng mga international brands because they have scale, no? And we don't really have that. So we're gonna try, and I'm sure that even if I don't speak for like CoinsPH or Maya or the other guys, they're all gonna do the same thing because this is it. This is the window of opportunity. You can finally say that we are actually going to have access to that other half of the Philippine market that never touched any of our apps because they were just using Binance. right? So ayun, that's what I hope for. And again, I'm not a huge fan of too much regulation because I want things to be cheaper and better, but this is the world that we live in, right? So we gotta make the best that we can. So,
Thank you very much, Mr. Luis. And to siguro support Luis on that, I believe most of the crypto heads or crypto enthusiasts are not much fan of a regulation. I guess so. Anyway, so yeah, thank you very much to our panelists. Palakpakan natin sila and we will be continuing with our discussion. But before we proceed to that, this next question, allow me siguro to give one of our panelists a heads up, and siguro for those who are new in the space, hindi nakakilala doon sa isang panelist natin, Mr. Luis Buenaventura, aside from being the head of G Crypto and G Cash, formerly he's allow me to say this to them, this is our internal joke, but I'll crack. It's not really a joke, but a statement from me that this guy is the Kane of NFT.
Oh.
Yeah, the Kane.
All right, okay. Take it
Hey,
easy.
actually, I bought the Apple D app. It's not yet in my house. Hindi pa pinapadala. but it's with an NFT, by the way.
Yeah, because the reason why I cracked that one, it's NFT related yung itatanong natin. Okay? So, well, just to give si Luis is one of the first to mint NFT before NFT is even a standard. So, yun. That's his background. So, the question is, for our panelists, is this one. Do you think NFT will be having a comeback sooner or later? Ayan, gano'n.
Okay. Tagalog ulit. Una ulit ako. Alright. Ang ganda ng question niya about NFT, no? Yung comeback. Ako, I believe yung NFT will have a space dito sa Web3, no? Sa blockchain, sa crypto. May space yan. But we have to understand na maraming klase kasi yung NFTs eh. Di ba? So, ang isa sa mga very famous na nag-bring in ng maraming traders o ng mga Filipino sa crypto was the play to earn. Pero isang segment lang yun eh, ng NFT. So there's the art side, there's the music, there's the artist. So sobrang dami pang pwedeng mag-onboard, no? But you have to understand, ako lang, for me, personally, yung NFT kasi sa akin is, for me, should be something personal, no? So for example, for art, jewelry, watches, no? So it's something that you want to have and at the same time, you enjoy having it. Alright? So meaning to say, if sa real world, I like watches, I bought a watch, I'm using a watch, and I'm enjoying it, I'm happy wearing it, bonus if I sell the watch na may profit. Alright? So, ibig sabihin, in choosing yung mga NFTs, kailangan medyo maging mapili ka din eh. Di ba? Kasi merong mga quality talaga ng mga NFTs that can hold its value and then eventually pwedeng mas tumaas pa yung value. But there are also NFTs na talagang the value is here and then suddenly it will go down to zero. Di ba? So similar to the real world, may mga ganun eh. Di ba? May mga, pag mali yung bili mo ng art, hindi pala, di ba? So maraming ganon. So, mali yung jewelry na nabili mo, hindi tumataas yung value, etc. So, it's the same thing. So, in owning NFTs, kailangan personal siya. Kailangan personal. So, kailangan na-enjoy mo siya na nakikita, no? Na ginagamit, di ba? So, going back to the question, kung meron pa ba, magbabalik ba yung NFT? Okay? I think, may space siya dito. Anong klaseng NFT yung babalik? Siguro yung with what happened dun sa last cycle, no? Na sino nasunog sa mga player, taas kamay, umamin kayo. Ayun, dami. Okay.
Pwede ba ako din?
Ayan, tumaas na.
Because I invested in Place War eh. Alam mo, kalahating milyon. And then, I got burned by my own trusted partners because sometimes trust, guys, betrayal. Diba? Yan ang Sorry nanggigigil ako. Kung nag-break si Kim Chu at si Sian Lim eh. Naalala ko kasi. So, it's not me. I'm just letting it out. It's not bad to actually say the truth. Lalo na yung truth talaga na nagamit ka. Tama? Kasi, alam na magmukmuk ka dyan hanggang sa magpakamatay ka na. Diba? Kaso kasi wala eh. Nami-misinterpret ako ng iba. And then at the same time, hindi nila alam kung ano yung nangyayari at the back. So yes, nasunog din ako, by the way. And I will burn with love, by the way.
Alright.
Yun.
So,
Do not, no. I have a saying for that. In a world that is cold, don't let that coldness actually turn you to a cold person as well. Always burn, guys, and spread the light. It's just like in the galaxy, we cannot shine with only one star. We can shine, every one of us.
yun.
Ayun.
Yun, ang lalim, no?
Sige.
May iba-ibang
Sige.
perspective tayo.
To be-
Para tayo na may podcast din, no? So, yeah.
Yeah, to wrap up, no. So nakita natin marami ding talagang nasunog, no.
Even
sa
the
mga-
leaders. Ayan, even the leaders,
sa mga
top
play to earn.
traders, yan.
So, I guess you have to understand kung ano talaga yung binibili mo. If you're speculating, all right? If you're speculating, you should know when to enter and when to exit. All right? So some people made a lot of money. I know a lot of people who made a lot of money in play to earn. Because
Yung iba
they know
nasa
how
harapan
to
ba?
speculate.
Yung iba nasa harapan ba rito?
Oh my
Uy, may
God.
tawa-tawa.
That's
Alam niyo,
Hindi po
guys.
kami nagkwento nun.
So, yun. So, kailangan alam mo Alam mo yung binibili mo. So,
Correct.
I want to apologize, by the way, especially you. I know that you're one of the supporters of PlaceFar. Why? Kasi nagtiwala siya sa akin. And naipit ako. I wanna cry now. Kasi nakita ko yung post niya. And it's just like, naipit ako sa gitna, guys. Na I'm not, because of my ignorance, because of not protected, right? So, ganun yung nangyari. And then na-misunderstood yung pagiging founder ko. It's not easy, guys, to handle a project.
Yeah.
Oh, don't cry. No, I just want to release it. It's full moon now, guys, by the way. But in any way, I just want to really apologize because, transmuting the negative energy, handling a project, lalo na yung mga FUD sa troll sa Twitter, it's not easy to handle a project. Oh my God. Thank you so much, guys. So, I will build something from scratch again. It's just like, my castle crumbled down, but I will build another kingdom. We're in collaboration, education, and at the same time, when it comes to financial literacy, hindi na tayo magkukulang dyan, guys. Yun. Thank you so
Miss
much.
Myrtle. Ayan. Oh, you wrap up Tito Vlogs yung kinukwento mo about what to buy, what to buy. Ayan.
yun. So, kailangan lang alam nyo. Kung speculation yan, you have to know when to enter and to exit. And if it's something of value, you have to understand kung ano yung binili mo and you know how to hold it. Yan.
Ngayon. Thank you. Si Luis naman, Luis.
Short lang. Just I'll share some data because I guess we don't have to necessarily forecast this. We can just look at what the market is already telling us now. So some facts that we already know, about 95% of all NFT projects have failed or gone to zero. Right? So over the last 3 years, if you are one of the people who has bought an NFT and you've seen the value drop to near zero, don't worry, you're actually in the majority. Only about 5% have not. Okay, so that's one. The other thing that's actually really interesting is that if you're familiar with the history of NFTs, there were actually two big companies involved here. One is called Dapper Labs. They created CryptoKitties, which is kind of usually regarded as the first NFT collection. Doon lang galing, by the way, yung founders ng Axie Infinity. They were actually alumni of CryptoKitties. The second company is Yuga, which owns things like Bored Apes and CryptoPunks. Now, if you look at the websites of these two major companies, so these are basically the companies of NFT, no? Sila yung pinakamalalaki, they've got the biggest properties, all of that stuff. If you look at their websites right now, none of them say NFTs. So the word NFT has been scrubbed, has been wiped away from their websites. You won't see it on any of their pages anymore. Now, the reason for that is because the name NFT has really been... I guess there's so much negativity around it now because of how many scams there are. Like, if it's not a scam, it's a rug pull. If it's not a rug pull, it's a cash grab. So like, if those are your options, why would you ever want to be associated with this word again? No? So what have they said? So it's not like Yuga Labs or Dapper have closed. They continue to make new stuff. Actually, if you look at OpenSea, one of the other projects that's doing well right now is called Pudgy Penguins. These guys also don't say NFT on their website anymore, right? So what do they say? What have they changed over to? So now they say digital experiences, they say digital collectibles. Pudgy Penguins is literally now toys in Walmart. Yun na yung business model nila. So I will say that I agree that NFTs will come back in some way, but they're not going to be called NFTs. I think that the name change is very necessary because masyado na maraming negative connotations. Now, we've seen this once before in crypto. This is not the first time this has happened. If you remember 2017, that whole cycle was all about ICOs. After 2017, you never saw the word ICO anywhere anymore. We started using different terms, although we were still doing the same thing. We were kind of fundraising, no? But the terminology had to change because the word ICO became so associated with scams or bad projects or stuff like that, that you couldn't put it beside your company name and still be taken seriously. So what you're trying to do right now, I think, is NFT, yung term NFT is going to go through some kind of transition, and over the next few months or maybe this next year, I expect na magiging digital collectible yung main thing niya, which, by the way, I actually think it's long. It's a long name, but like honestly, at least it's more descriptive. At least NFT means non-fungible token. That tells you nothing about what it's supposed to be. Like, okay, so what? What does that mean, right? So the only way we even know what NFTs mean is because we've had the last 3 years of the market explaining to us what it is. But at least yung digital collectible, instantly, when you see those words, you're like, okay, I know it's digital. Collectible means it's something that I can buy and then hold on to if I like. Okay, exactly what you said, diba? So yun, at least it's more descriptive. And yun nga, NFT has a lot of long way to go to kind of clean up its name kasi. So I think it's more likely that we'll probably just give up using that term.
Okay. Thank you very much, Luis. Ms. Myrtle, do you want to add more? Or okay. Sige. We are coming in for siguro last 2 questions. This one, there are 2 questions that we can actually condense into one discussion. These 2 questions goes like, what trends, since you guys are industry leaders, what trends are you seeing in 2024 for crypto, blockchain as a whole, or technology as a whole? And aside from that, what developments would you like to see moving forward? Meaning personal, may mga nade-develop, there are developing technologies, trends right now. What do you see in it? How do you see it? But personally, what's your bet, or what do you want to see more? Yeah.
Basically,
who wants to
asking us
go
what
first?
we're investing in.
Gusto nyo malaman. Not a financial advice daw sabi ni Luis, ah.
Yeah, go
Ganda ng
ahead.
tanong, tinago mo pa talaga sa tinago pa niya eh. Kasi, una na ako. Short answer, 20 minutes na lang daw, nakita ko.
Okay lang.
Alright. Dalawang trend nakikita ko, no, na coming. Ethereum ETF, that's one that I'm watching. Number 2, AI, artificial intelligence, na magta-transition into crypto. And to answer the last question, ano yung na gusto kong makita sa blockchain? It's the tokenization of real-world asset. Your real estate and all, no, na maging tokenized. That's it.
All right. Thank you very much, Tito Vlogs. Who wants to be next? Luis.
So if you're looking for the exact tokens that he was talking about, CFG tapos AGIX.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sure someone was wondering what he was talking about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Take note of that, guys.
CFG
Signal
is
yun.
Mo naman.
Signal yun for
centrifuge.
traders.
So it's called centrifuge.io is the hub for real world assets, so all of the tokenized real world assets are being traded or are being listed there. So that's why I said. By the way, this is just a joke. Like that's not what he's buying. I'm just telling you guys what the tokens are. And then AGIX is a marketplace for AI services. The AGIX is the underlying token. There's many AI tokens out there right now, including things like Render I think Injective has some kind of AI stuff also. The reason why I personally like AGIX, again, not financial advice, blah, 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 you already know that, is
Disclaimer.
because yung founder niya is this guy named Ben Goertzel. He was actually the guy who first coined the term artificial general intelligence. Okay. So parang medyo, it feels legit na parang, oh, this is the actual computer scientist who kind of was a pioneer in this industry. Now, my build on his answer is that, yeah, there's definitely a lot of very interesting places that crypto could go. I think that in 2021, it got really interesting for us, no? Kasi parang naging games and naging art yung dalawang main hype markets ng crypto. And I was like, wow, that is completely not what I was expecting there, no? Like, art and then games, okay, sige. So I think in 2024, we're gonna go back more towards the money market side of things. Kasi a lot of the innovations that I'm seeing, things like real-world assets, stock market stuff yan eh.
So mga parang ano to, mga real-world assets like stocks, bonds, real estate.
Yeah. So treasury bonds is one of the most interesting ones. And then possibly things like real estate down the road, no? But that's much, much harder to do it. But I think that what you'll see definitely is tokenized equity. So you'll see the ownerships of companies kind of being put on the blockchain, and that will be tradable. So that's very much a money market kind of world, no? And for the traders in the room, this is gonna be your year for sure. Right? Because you don't have to play to earn games to make money this year.
Palakpakan naman yung traders in the room so we can
Mga
see you
solid
guys.
dito. Mga tipay natics, palakpakan daw.
Palakpakan yan, palakpakan. Alright.
One very, very last thing. One of the biggest problems with AI becoming a big deal right now is suddenly KYC is no longer reliable. Right? So you can make fake identities, fake passports. If you go on Reddit, there is an actual formula for creating both a fake face and then a fake passport. So you can hold, you know, on most order book exchanges, when they KYC you, they'll have you take a photo of yourself holding your passport. So AI can now fake that entire thing.
Grabe.
Right? So basically, it defeats all traditional KYC. So parang the next revolution is how the heck do we now KYC this next generation of users? We don't know yet. There's no answer. So this is actually a very interesting time to be working in this industry because yun nga, if it's not fake influencers on Instagram, di ba? May ganun din ngayon, di ba? Pati yung mga users mo on the order book exchanges could also be fake now. So very interesting yung trend na yun.
Thank you, Sir Luis. Si Miss Myrtle.
For me, it's actually, you believe in pop culture, guys, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you actually give energy to something, it's the one who's going to be trending. You make your own reality, by the way. So it's up to you how you'll basically make something trend. It depends sa limiting beliefs niyo. So I believe in social-fi. It's one of the use case. I'm not promoting the ambassadorship of what I have with Socrates, by the way. Who am I? Diba? Where are we going? So it's actually a collaborative effort when it comes to when you like something, you will be rewarded.
So parang personal data, right? Tama.
Hindi siya personal data.
Sige.
You can actually connect your wallet. And then at the same time, yung sa Socrates na yon, you can post your own question, put the survey. So yung sa survey na yon, you can actually comment as well. And everything there is being rewarded. And alam mo kung ano yung nila, NFT pen.
Wow.
NFT pen, and then yung pen na yon, sabi ko nga, ano ba to yung parang dating nauso? Yung, I have a pen, di ba? Pero yon, it's something unique that I actually saw in the market. I'm not biased kahit na kinuha nila akong ambassador. So, it's just like, the next thing about NFT is not games, maybe, but at the same time, I can see that potential when it comes to social-fi as well. And a combination of AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you very much for your very wonderful. Palakpakan natin yung mga speakers, guys. Kanina pa nila binabanggit yung AI. Oh, may phone-in question tuloy dito tungkol sa AI. For those of you guys who are not aware, there's an ongoing, there's a school of thought in technology, for technology enthusiasts. By the way, my background, personally, I'm a technology professional. So, hindi ko sabihin hindi ko sabihin expert, technology professional. So, we're reading this left and right, the debates between the school of AI and the school of blockchain. Ayan. So what do you think the effect of AI for you? Pinag-uusapan natin yung upcoming trend. AI is definitely gonna be a trend. What do you think would be the effect of AI on blockchain and cryptocurrency as an industry as a whole? Anyone can answer.
Well, I think that every industry will eventually be described in the blockchain somehow. Because if you believe that blockchain is just a better form of data transfer, then anything that requires this stuff will eventually just go to blockchain slowly. No, obviously some things are faster than others. So, lahat naman ng naging uso in the tech sector has always ended up on the blockchain in some form. And I think it'll happen again with AI. But AI could be the big one. Like, honestly, if you really believe this stuff, this is the part where it gets a little scary. No? If you believe in the trajectory of AI, where it's getting closer and closer to something that thinks almost at the same level as a human, once it hits that point, we're very, very close now to the point where it gets smarter than us. And at that point, I'm not really sure, because the future suddenly becomes very hazy. Because if you have created something that is smarter than you, what is your guarantee that they don't look at us like we're a threat or something that could potentially turn them off? No? So like, I'm a little weirded out by, and I saw this really funny survey that about 10% of, 50% of AI computer scientists, 50%, so half of all the AI computer scientists believe that there's a 10% chance that AI will extinguish humanity. So,
Parang Terminator.
Weird, no? So like, okay, so 50%, I'll say that again, half of the computer scientists who are working in this industry believe that there is a 1 in 10 chance that AI will end us. I'm like, why are you working in this industry? If like 10%, like if there was 1% chance, maybe we should not do this, no? I don't know, parang kind of weird, no? So it's very interesting to me how we continue to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And it's because you've got freaking Microsoft, you've got Nvidia, you've got Google, lahat sila nag-uunahan dun sa AI race na yun. And it's not about the betterment of humanity, it's about their share prices. That's scary. That's always a little scary to me. So.
Yeah, ako to add lang dun sa sinabi ni Luis, no? Tama yun na nakakatakot kasi you wouldn't know, baka sa susunod yung boss mo, yung AI na yung boss mo eh. Diba? So sobrang talino. So I was telling my kids lagi, sabi, pagka tinatawag nila si Siri, don't just say, hey Siri. You just say, please and thank you. Kasi you'll never know, baka sa susunod, sila na nga yung mga leaders. So, possible na mangyari yon. So, but I guess doing it the right way with respect and love, di ba? Pwede pa rin na mag-coexist yung human and AI. Huwag lang abusuhin yung AI. Yun.
Okay.
Walang palakpak.
Palakpakan naman natin Tito Vlogs. Miss Myrtle, you have anything
wala
to...
pala. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Tito Vlogs.
The question is about AI?
AI and blockchain. Paano mo nakikita yan na ano?
May AI na kasi matagal na, guys.
Yeah.
So, 2017 yun yung sinabi ko kay Genove noon. 2017 pa lang actually sinabi ko nun sa kanya. AI, sinusupport na ng block tides. So, yeah. It's all about a balance, guys. So, free will again, para sa akin, and then technology. So, wala na akong sasabihin kasi sinabi na nila lahat. Yeah. Ayan, thank you so much, guys. I think, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss Myrtle. Yeah.
Last na siguro, no? Tama si Myrtle, no? Matagal na AI, no? Tsaka, may apelido yan, si AI.
Ano, Tito
De
Vlogs?
las Alas.
Ay, AI de las...
Hindi ni kilala
Hashtag Tito Jokes. Palakpakan natin Tito Jokes. Tito
guys,
Vlogs.
thank you.
O yan, palakpakan niyo yan, guys. Ayan, thank you. So, in as much as we wanted to continue with one of our panelists, Ms. Myrtle, but allow me to thank her for gracing us with her presence. She has another commitment, I guess, that she needs to attend to. So, we'll be continuing with the discussion right after here. But also, we would like to thank her because I think Black Tides is giving out something, right? Ikaw na magkwento. Yeah.
Yung NFT POAP, actually hindi ko siya project. Project siya ng The Block. So it's POAP. Kasi nanghingi siya ng tulong sa akin. So sabi ko, sige, I'll sponsor it, I'll just pay it. So para sa event niya.
Wow, thank you, Miss Myrtle.
Hindi ko alam kung may value yan, guys.
Walang value, but...
Hindi ko alam, hindi ko sure. But Ryan actually knows it. So thank you so much, guys. But
Palakpakan natin
I
si
have
Myrtle.
another commitment. And it's Saturday.
Yes,
so.
yes. Thank you, Miss Myrtle. Palakpakan natin yan.
Wala akong date. By the
Sana
way,
meron eh.
don't ask questions, guys. Do not ask questions pagdating sa love life. I'm focused on myself.
Uy.
Self-love pa rin. Charot. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. We'll be continuing. Thank you very much, Miss Myrtle, for gracing us with your presence. So, siguro before we... Yeah, you can go ahead. Palakpakan natin habang lumalabas si Miss Myrtle. Thank you. Picture muna tayo, Miss Myrtle. Bago umalis, siguro with Mr. Fermin Barrenechea. One shot, and then... habang naghihintay kayo, nagpipicture kami, magpaparapol tayo after nito. Raffle ulit. Thank you.
Since mauna na si Madam, we just advance also our certificate of appreciation to our moderator and panelists. This certified is proudly presented in grateful recognition of your invaluable contribution as a panelist at the Crypto Vision Conference 2024. Your insights and expertise in the fields of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology have significantly enriched the discussions and learning experience for all participants. January 27, 2024, Makati, Philippines, signed by Fermin D. Barrenechea III, co-founder of Mosigen.io, and Maria Darlene Di Teñoso, event director. So isama po natin sa picture yung for kay awarding certificate of appreciation to Myrtle Anne Ramos. And also to other na rin para isang picture na lang. Kay Luis Buenaventura, certificate of appreciation. Okay. Kasi alis na si Madam. Certificate of appreciation to Gilbert Lazaro.
Darating na siya.
Oo. In-advance na kasi para maganda. And syempre sa ating moderator kay James Genove. Ayan. Advance na lang natin picture.
Okay? Alright. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, sa microphone. Hindi pa tayo tapos ha, wala pang uuwi. Magpaparabol pa tayo. Yung ating mahiwagang roleta, please spin. Going once, going twice.